Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're really doing good. Welcome back to lesson 2 of English pronunciation for Indian professionals. This lesson is titled Letters and Sounds, and here we compare English with Indian languages. Let's begin with a quick recap of lesson 1. In lesson 1, we practiced the letters of the English alphabet. We also practiced the pronunciation of some simple words like girl, potato, umbrella, and so on. Remember? So now that we know what letters are, let us move on to understand what sounds are and how the sounds of the English language are different from those of Indian languages. Shall we repeat that? Let us move on to understand what sounds are and how the sounds of the English language are different from those of Indian languages. Letters and sounds. Consider how the letter A is pronounced in the following list of words: ant, ask, any, allow, animation. Let's repeat that. Ant, ask, any, allow, animation. Let's take yet another example. Consider how the letter O is pronounced in the following words: most, moth, month, mouth, youth. Let's repeat that. Most, moth, month, mouth, youth. Now consider the string of letters O, U, G, H in the words listed below, and pay attention to the different ways in which they are pronounced in each of the examples listed. Tough, boat, plow, though, tough, bought, plow, though. So, what does this demonstrate? This simply demonstrates that in most Indian languages like Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, etc., etc., every letter corresponds to one and only one sound. Let's say that again. In most Indian languages, every letter corresponds to one and only one sound. However, in the English language, there is no one to one correspondence between letters and sounds. I repeat, in the English language, there is no one to one correspondence between letters and sounds. That leads us to the concept of phonetic and non phonetic languages. Phonetic and non phonetic languages. What is a phonetic language? Languages wherein letters and sounds, technically called phonemes, correspond, that is, match with each other, are called phonetic languages. Languages wherein letters and sounds correspond with each other are called phonetic languages. For example, as most of you would know, the Marathi alphabet is phonetic, the Hindi alphabet is phonetic, so is the case with the Kannada alphabet, and of course, most Indian languages. What is a non phonetic language? Languages wherein letters and sounds do not correspond with each other are called non phonetic languages. What is a non phonetic language? Languages wherein letters and sounds, technically called phonemes, do not correspond with each other are called non phonetic languages. Example, English. So, where are we going wrong? We are trying to fit the rules of a phonetic language, that is our mother tongue, to a non phonetic language, English. Where are we going wrong? We are trying to fit the rules of a phonetic language to a non phonetic language. And well, we know it's not going to work. It just isn't going to work. So, what do we do? Simple. Learn the sound system of the English language. That's all we've got to do. Learn the sound system of the English language. But still, why learn pronunciation, yaar? Well, when we write something, our handwriting should be legible. That is, the text on the page should be clear for the reader to read. Let's repeat that. When we write something, our handwriting should be legible. That is, the text on the page should be clear for the reader to read. Similarly, when we speak, our speech should be intelligible. That is, the sounds being uttered by the speaker must make sense to the listener. When we speak, our speech should be intelligible. That is, the sounds being uttered by the speaker must make sense to the listener. That is exactly the whole idea of speech, right? To be able to communicate. And any lack of intelligibility leads to communication breakdown. So we simply must fix our pronunciation. And believe me, that's no big deal. We'll sort that out together. Just stay tuned. But friends, before I end this session, how about some homework? This week, let's practice to say the months of the year correctly. Let's practice to say the months of the year correctly. Let's start. January. January. Not January. Please note. It's January, January, February, February, not February. Please stop saying February. February, February, March, March, April, 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 May, 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 June, 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 July, 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 August, 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 September, 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 October, 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 November, 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 and finally December, December, December. That sounds wonderful. So it's bye-bye from me for now. Take care, stay blessed, and of course, keep practicing.